I'm Ellen McCauley at Prairie in Syracuse, New York. Now, we opened up with, do not let your hearts be troubled or afraid. Doesn't that sound so great? Doesn't that sound so great? And you know, it's interesting. I want to relate something that happened at work to this. This young girl, I could tell she was young, called me on the phone and says, my grandmother is in a nursing home out of this city, and I want to move her to Syracuse. I said, okay. She goes, how do I do that? I said, okay. Well, first of all, are you the power of attorney of your grandmother? She goes, kind of. And I said, oh, well, you either are or you aren't. You know, there really isn't any kind of power of attorney. And she goes, well, I'm gonna get the paperwork and I'm gonna fill it out, and then I will be the power of attorney. I said, okay, so right now you're not. And she goes, no. I said, well, I got the paperwork, I can email it to you. Great. So then I said, now, is your grandmother paying with, is she on Medicaid? Is that what's paying for her long-term care? I said, is she on Medicaid? She goes, kind of. I said, well, she's either on Medicaid or she's not. And she goes, well, to tell you the truth, I don't know what she's on. And I said, I can appreciate that. So then I said, several more questions. Every single one of them, the answer was, kind of. And I had that in my mind because last night I went to the Feast of the Ascension Mass. Father Mano opened his homily, said, do you trust God enough to let go? And you know what I said in my mind? Kinda. Kinda. I know how that girl felt, because the real answer is not really. I really don't. I mean, I think I do, and I want to, and it sounds so good. Oh, I trust God. But I'm over there in the background. Oh, anxiety, oh. And you know what else? I kind of want things to go my way. Does anyone else want things to go their way? Oh, and I have these ideas of what my way is. Like this weekend. This whole weekend was my way. I felt like Frank Sinatra. I'm going to do it my way. This whole weekend. So, you know, I'm waiting to hear from Vincent, our son, because he's supposed to come in today. So, I know he's busy, but classes are over. So I talked to my Mother's Day. Yeah, I'm coming in Thursday, blah, blah, blah. So then I haven't heard from him. So I call him on Saturday. What time do we pick you up? Your father and I have to work. We got prayed up. We got to make plans. No response. Text him on Sunday. Did you get my voicemail? No response. Monday, nothing. So I'm stewing now. Mother stew. Why haven't we heard from him? What's going on? You know, how do I know if he's dead or alive? You know, and here this little voice is going, trust Jesus, trust God. And I'm going, not now. I will, but not on this. So then, finally I have this brainstorm. His girlfriend loves me. So I texted her Tuesday morning, and I'm like, hi, I was wondering what time you and Vince were coming in on Thursday. She immediately texts me back. She goes, well, Vincent told me, he told you we weren't going to come until Saturday. I was like, what? Bob and I took tomorrow off to be with him. Bob doesn't get paid if he doesn't work. So I started, I'm at work, and I'm going, I ate 10 figs in a row. I would have ate 10 donuts, but I did not have 10 donuts. The only thing I had in my desk were figs, and I ate every single one of them. I was so mad. I was like, and then I was just stewing. So then the girlfriend must have immediately called him. Because all of a sudden I get this text, oh, Mom, I love you so much, love. And I meant to call you right, you know, but it's really, then he threw her under the bus. This is really Bree's fault. And so then I'm like, how dare you blame it on your wonderful girlfriend, you know. So anyway, I was stewing, and I was so upset. Then my other best friend texts me, and she says, she's in Washington, D.C. She was here once. She's like, you know, Al, it's such a long drive, and I'm not going to come. And I'm like, no. And then I said to Bob, don't tell Joe any of this, because he won't come either. I don't want anyone to come. But all this time I'm thinking, I'm supposed to trust God. I'm not supposed to be anxious. I'm supposed to be like, you know, if you say, tell me about Ellen McCauley. Oh, she's outgoing. Tell me about Ellen McCauley. Oh, she's kind of funny. Tell me about Ellen McCauley. You know what they never say? She really goes with the flow. I do not go with the flow. The flow is like this, and I'm like, and I want to go with the flow. Sometimes I just sit there in bed going, go with the flow, Ellen. Go with the flow. And that's what Jesus wants us to trust him and let go. And you know, I did this whole meeting on replacing anxiety with faith. And you know, do not let your hearts be troubled or afraid. So I go to so then I never answered his kiss up text. And so I still was stewing. So last night I go to the Feast of the Ascension, and Father Mano's like, do you trust God enough to let go? So I get in the parking lot, and I don't even leave the parking lot, and I'm like, you get an F in communication, but an A+ in love. I love you. Can't wait to see you. Blah, blah, blah. And it felt good. I let it go, and it felt good to let it go. I cannot always get things my way. You would think at 62 years old, I would know that by now. Don't we know that? Don't we know we're not going to have things our way? And we can modify our own life, but we have to start it in our mind. We have to understand. Listen to this. Why do Christians worry? Is it wrong to worry? Is there an alternative to worry? Now, I don't really worry about food, clothing, shelter. Family members, yes. Work, yes. Finances, yes. Health, yes. Relationships. The thing is, are you a worrywart? Do you excessively worry about these things? You know, if someone's on the road and it's bad weather, do you just go, I'm going with the flow. I know they're going to get here all right. Or are you constantly checking the Weather Channel? Are you looking at these things? Oh, I'm worried about the weather. I don't want to be a worrywart, but I am. And you know, worry comes because we're trying to make sense of our personal world. We're trying to be the vice president of God and control the weather and control other people and control all the things that are outside of our control. And that makes us anxious. It makes us eat 10 pigs. It makes us eat 10 donuts. And I said to my sister after this happened, I thought I learned so much at Pray It Up. I thought I was the queen of control, and I was so upset. And you know, then I really started to think about it. Why are you so upset? You didn't get your own way. You had one idea. There's bigger problems in the world. I think we can grow up at any age. We can grow up because God wants to help us. Also, it says, this is me in a nutshell. They think that if they are not worrying, then they just don't care about other people or circumstances. I care so much. I care so much about everything. And does it mean I won't care if I stop worrying? Does it mean I don't care? You know, if Vince says, oh, we changed our minds and we're going to come on Saturday, and I went, okay. I always talk in a Stepford wife voice when I go with the flow. You know why? Because I almost feel like there's the real Ellen, and then there's the Ellen who doesn't worry and isn't anxious and goes with the flow, but it's the Stepford wife, because I'm really not like that. So I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. You want to come on Saturday? It's okay. I'm sure your father and I will find something fun to do on Saturday or Friday when we took the day off. No sweat. You know, I rehearse these things in my mind, and I'm just not good at it. I want to be better. And then the thing is, it's a mental thing. It's a state of mind. Jesus wants us to say, Lord, I'm putting this on you. Cast our worries on him. Present day life, our property, our possessions, our children. And it says, seek his kingdom and his righteousness, and everything else will be added to you. You can eliminate worry from your life by trusting God. That is so hard to do. Father Mano said, do you trust God enough to let go? What is our answer to that question?
Sorry.
Kind of. I mean, it's a hard one. Also, when we think about Mary and Martha, you know, Martha was out there, no one's helping me with the dishes. I'm Martha. I am Martha. I'm like, what's going on here? Let's get going. We got to get organized. We got to be on time. We got to get this done. And Mary's in there, oh, tell me things, Jesus. I want to hear all about it. And I'm thinking, I always had Martha's back. Always. Because I'm thinking, who's going to do the work? Who's going to get it done? I mean, how many of us here are Marthas? We're like, somebody's got to make the dinner. Somebody's got to do the dishes. Somebody's got to get this done. You know, Mary's in there, oh, tell me more, Jesus. Okay, Martha's working her butt off. And everyone's like always putting Martha down. Martha, I got your back here. The thing is, when you pray out of gratitude to God, I am grateful. Put our request there. And you know what? Even when these things happen, you say, Lord, this isn't what I wanted. But I'm saying to you right now, I trust in you and I love you. And help me to deal with it in a mature way and not eat 10 figs over it. Also, faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. Trust God with everything. Trips, weather, children, your health, everything. I will trust God with my salvation and with every detail of my life. I think that has to be a mantra. I think we need to say that. Am I better than I was? I am 1,000,000% better than I was. Am I perfect? No. Will I ever be perfect? Most likely not. But I want to say, when Father Mano asked that question next Ascension Thursday, when he says, do you trust God enough to let go? I want to say, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Because letting go helps us. It helps us in every aspect of our lives, losing weight, with our sleep, with our peace, with our joy. And God's right there trying to help us. Now, there's a little something about renewing our mind here that I want you to discuss in small group. It's like there's an anxiety thinking pattern and there's a faith thinking pattern. I just want to say things like, I worry about my health. Then the faith thinking is, my life is in God's hand. He decides the state of my health and the time of my death. My every breath and heartbeat is a gift from God. God is with me. I worry about my children. I am to focus on loving, teaching, and guiding my children. God brings to pass His purposes in their life. I worry about everything. Let's just skip down to that one because that covers most of us. Pray about everything. Make requests with thanksgiving. Put God in control of everything. Listen to God. Focus on God. Worry about pleasing God. Be concerned about other Christians. I want you to talk about that a little bit more. And nobody will see this. Who else besides me struggles with worry and anxiety? Just about everyone in the entire group has raised their hand. Has struggling with anxiety and worry affected your weight ever? Anyone? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And the thing is, God isn't just telling us to rely on Him. He's begging us to rely on Him. And He's right there saying, Ellen, you can't always have it your own way, girlfriend, but sometimes your own way isn't the best way. Go with the flow.